What's going on, my people? Welcome back to Isrock's Movie Reviews. And we're going to be discussing the same Christmas countdown that we've been going along, starting with Scrooged, Jingle All the Way, and now with the Christmas Chronicles, Part 1 and Part 2, starring Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. Starting with the first one, I'm going to basically give both reviews in this one video because both movies were pretty much very similar. These two movies could be found on Netflix, and basically the premise of the first movie was a young girl who loses her father and basically has a hard time because she loses her father during Christmas time, and she notices that her brother, her older brother, and her mother are having a hard time coping with it. And, you know, she's young, so she's very timid. And she still believes in Santa Claus. And this movie came out in 2018. It's really a heartfelt movie because although she loses her father, she still has her brother there. She still has her mother. The house is decorated. The mother has to step out to work. And what happens is the brother and her start filming videos and looking at old videos of the father. And something happens where they have to eventually help Santa Claus restore Christmas. And that's basically what that part one is about. They basically help Santa Claus revive this Christmas. They save Christmas at the end of the day by making sure every kid had a gift. They go from house to house, from state to state, country to country. It's a ridiculous concept, but it works for the movie that we're in. Then we rewind, or should I say we fast forward to part two, where I'm gonna be honest, when I found out they were doing a part two, I was pretty much happy. I was looking forward to it, especially my son and my daughter are fans of these movies. And even though 2018 was a spectacular movie in all sense of the word, and I felt like this was going to be a much needed addition to the holiday movie genre. I feel like we do have our movies, right? I'm doing the top 10, but I feel like there's not enough. And boom, we have Christmas Chronicles Part 2. While it's entertaining, it's very watchable, it does suffer from being a sequel, right? Not that they ran out of ideas or anything like that, but I felt like the writers here didn't have the same punch or the same adrenaline or the same energy for this movie. Even though we have some good writers and directors, right? Chris Columbus, well-renowned director, directed this and the first one. And even though it's definitely entertaining and enjoyable, this Christmas movie, when I first saw it, it was enjoyable, but I doubted it. I doubted the morality of the movie, especially going along with the climax. The storyline to me suffered also. It was a bit too generic. It seemed like the director was playing it too safe, and settling a formula that's already been used time and time again throughout other Christmas movies. And it should be said, though, that, you know, Kurt Russell was a perfect cast for the Santa Claus role. You know, when you think of Santa Claus, you don't really look at him, but he played the role awesomely in both movies because of his charisma and the appearance, and it works so well. And plus, he's outstanding in the role, and plus, he looks the part, especially in that costume. It's nice to see his wife in real life, right? Goldie Hawn appears in this movie. You know, she didn't have a big part in part one. In this one, she has a bigger part. You know, the children played a good role, Cat and Jack, respectively, and this movie we get introduced to a new actor. And, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but this new character obviously worked with Santa Claus and eventually becomes like an outcast because of his outlandish ways. And he's basically the protagonist in this movie. And you're gonna enjoy the movie. It's worth to sit down, especially if you've seen the first one. You're gonna definitely enjoy this with the family. It's not just typical Santa Claus movie. It has action, very suspenseful, believe it or not, for a Christmas movie. And you're gonna have your ups and downs with it. It's not as good as the first one, but still fun. Because the movie appeals to viewers all over the globe, you know? It appeals to young kids, teenagers, adults, you know, even the grandparents. You're definitely going to enjoy this one. So definitely go ahead and watch it, The Christmas Chronicles, Part 1 and Part 2. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe. To the next review. Peace.